I started making my comic in early 2017, I think. I was 30 or 31. I remember starting it before moving to China, but I didn't start posting it online publicly until my second year in China in late 2018. I was making it for over a year before anyone outside my family and friends saw it. And it was while I was making my comic that I really started learning what it meant to be autistic and that I had been misdiagnosed. I wanted to make a comic since I was in my tweens, I think. So I would start something and then drop it not long after starting it, like a lot of my stuff. I have so many work in progresses. It just died. With this comic strip, I started, and I started it, and then I hit an artistic roadblock for a while before getting back to it after moving to China. After I started again, I just kept going. I just kept getting idea after idea after idea. To help me get more ideas, I started actually researching autism. And there was so much information out there that wasn't there in 2003. So, a bit of needed information. Before leaving China, I was on two medications, citalopram and lamotrigine. I was on them because even though I had been diagnosed as autistic, it was still believed that I was bipolar. So these medications were used to stabilize my mood and help with depression. My partner and I had no idea what medications were and were not allowed or available in China, since looking for that information usually led to pretty vague answers at best. We figured that the best course of action was to wean me off of my medication with the help of a doctor. Don't worry, we didn't do it just alone, willy nilly, and then deal with it in China if needed. So when we moved to China, I was completely unmedicated for the first time in since I was 12 or 13. This is like over 15 years, first time I had been unmedicated. And we were expecting me to break down eventually. Funny thing is that I never did. I was fine. It wasn't until I started researching autism that I found out that it was common for AFAB autistics to be misdiagnosed as bipolar. I remember finding this information, and it was like a light went on in my head. Oh my gosh, I messaged my partner at work immediately. My mind had been blown. For over half of my life, I believed that I was bipolar. And then suddenly, it turns out that I wasn't. Honestly, after being taken off that medication, and finally accepting that I was autistic, I became more emotionally stable than I had ever been before. Now, that doesn't mean that I think medication is bad or anything. Don't get me wrong, take your meds. The only reason why mine didn't work for me is because I was misdiagnosed. Just accepting that I'm autistic and accepting my stimming and the way my brain works did so much to help me. It also helps that I'm with someone who accepts me, all of that as well. And yes, Jelly Bean, there is a lot of sexism in medicine, and well, Fenos, yes, racism too. I'm lucky, I'm white, or things could have been a lot worse. So, if my comic has helped you, trust me, I'm right there with you. It's helped me too. It helped me realize that I'm not bipolar. It helped me realize that I'm not alone. Making my comic has been so therapeutic for me. I have grown so much since it started. I think my partner can probably attest to that.
Well, yeah. Since starting the comic, and since starting this sort of self-reflection journey, it's kind of been remarkable. Uh, for one, I think one of the big things is confidence in self. Just being aware of who they are, what makes them tick, and the different things that are best for them to function just day to day have gone so much further than ever before. Uh, just the ability to be able to know what does and does not affect them and help them go through their through life, and just how to interact in the world, and from an outside perspective, and ease and comfortability, good choice of words, being comfortable with masking as required and not seeing it as some horrific chore, well, any more than it has to be. uh, just being more comfortable with the fact that I will mask, this is what I need to do, and then engaging in it as needed was there. And not just with that, but I mean, the ability to defend themselves, the ability to stick up for themselves, the ability to advocate came from this self discovery. Uh, the confidence in this person beside me has been incredible since this journey has begun. And it's something that is just absolutely remarkable. I do remember when we started dating and going through the years, um, always having this need to check in if everything was all right. And hey, I mean, I think I do the same thing, so I get it. But are things okay? Are things how they should be? Uh, that slowly faded away into someone's like, no, I got this. I know where I need to be. I know what I need to do, and the transformation has been, from my perspective, remarkable. And it's one of those moments where I'm sure everyone's heard the idiom knowledge is power. Yeah, for some it really is. And just like all kinds of power, depends on how you use it or what you appreciate it for. But if you think about what you're doing the way Teresa has, and turn it into something that changes your life and makes it something more, it's something that can be truly beneficial and just revolutionary for someone. Now, would everyone taking this journey end up on the other side the same way? Not a chance. But the fact that everyone has the opportunity, it's pretty amazing. And I know I have learned a bunch. I think that I have become a little bit better with regards to how I approach some of the things that affect them as a person. And honestly, the ability to communicate things makes your presence and situation so much better known to the world that it actually, I think, in many ways has eased the burden on Teresa in a way that wouldn't have occurred at any other point in time, simply because they're able to communicate. It's one of those things that so many people don't appreciate in terms of just what like education tries to do is to improve your ability to communicate and get involved with the world. And this improvement, this knowledge, this education of self has improved so much in their life, and they've come so far that it's just utterly incredible.
Oh, thank you. I I think back to the person I was when I first started making my comic. Someone who didn't like themselves, someone who was still on medication that wasn't right for them, someone who didn't see their life going anywhere. And now here I am. I have dreams and aspirations again. I have life goals. There's a quote from Carl Jung that goes, "Life really does begin at 40. Up until then, you're just doing research." And honestly, I feel like that's what the last 5 years of my life have been. Research. I've learned so much about myself in just 5 years. And who knows how much I'll learn in the next five. I just want to say that all of this was made possible because of you all. Honestly, if it hadn't been for the amazing reception my comic got, I probably would have given up on it. I never could have done this alone. I am who I am today because you saw my comic as something worth your time. You have no idea the impact you all have had on my life. And I can't thank you enough. The support that I've been given from my fans is the greatest birthday gift that I could ever have asked for. In my family, birthdays have always been a big deal. There's always a small party with family, and there's cake and presents and all that stuff. This is my fourth birthday away from my family. It's been almost 2 years since I've seen them in person. I'm not gonna lie, things have been tough. But it's been easier knowing that I'm not alone. I have my partner, I have my kitty, Cora, and I have all of you. My comic and my fans have helped me through some really tough times. Here's hoping I'm still making my comics by my 40th birthday. So let's keep this ball rolling.